I thought this was a really cool idea. Turns out, not only was it stupid, it was damn right dangerous too. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, the original stereo in my Mercedes Vario was installed above the cab up here. So when it come to fitting the iCar player, I figured it makes perfect sense to have it up here because all the wiring's up there. All I've got to do is build this lovely cabinetry and install the iCar player up there, which was perfectly fine until it come to actually using it on our Scottish road trip, because I wanted to use this with Google Maps to navigate our way around the Highlands. But the problem is, when I'm driving, I'm sat in my seat and I want to look at my Google Maps to navigate me around, I had to lean back in my seat, take my eyes off the road, physically look up at the screen, and by the time I focus on this, figure out what's going on and look back at the road, far too much time had passed, making this really dangerous to use. So I need to bring this down to the dashboard. But the problem is, because the original stereo was up here, there is nowhere to fit a stereo in this dashboard. Behind here is the engine, and behind here is all the heater controls. There's no DIN slot, there's nothing. So the problem I've got now is to actually try and bring all the wiring down and mount this physically on top of the dashboard. Otherwise it's just useless up there. It's unusable, it's just too dangerous to use. Right, so that's the task for me for the next couple of days. Wish me luck. Yeah, I think this might be just a little bit more complex than I imagined. Damn it. Well, now that I've had a look behind here, I've realised maybe this isn't going to be as simple as I first thought. There's a lot of wires up there to move, and I will have to take all this apart. So before I do any of that, I'm simply going to unplug this from behind, take it down, put it on top of the dashboard and just sit it there, sit in the driver's seat and actually make sure it is the right place for it to be. And I've had a look behind the dog house, and let me move the camera down just so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the dog house. Behind here is the actual engine. I have got an ashtray here that I could remove. It's a bit gross behind there. There you go. So the other option would be to actually cut some of this away and insert the stereo into the top of this. The only problem being is that literally the other side of this is the engine bay, and this is supposed to be not only for sound deadening but also like a fire shield as well, a fire barrier if you like. So if anything was to happen in the engine, it just slows the progress of fire into the van. It's a fire barrier if you like. I don't really want to cut it open unless I really have to. And I have got, so I've got this box. I'm hoping, oh, there's some mounting brackets there, that this will fit on top of here like that, and the stereo will fit inside there. So I think the best thing for me to do, like I say, is to actually take it down, put it in various positions to see how it works best before I go try and rerouting all the wires. Right, let's get this out. Oh God. That was easier. Right, well, that's the unit out. Will it fit in there? So at that angle, is it? The question is, I don't know why I'm putting it in there. What I want to know is, well, there you go. It doesn't affect the controls. It looks a bit big. Sat there. It is a bit of a big screen, I've got to admit. But yeah, I think it's definitely better to be there. I could tilt it slightly that way so it will sit like that. Whilst I'm driving, I can reach it, I can simply glance at it. It's big enough. Maybe a little bit too big. So what if it was in here, like down there? Yeah, would I be able to cut this away? Imagine that down flat. Probably. If I'm driving, so I've still got to move my head to look down. I want to be able to just like glance at it without moving my head. I don't want to have to move my head to look at the screen, because if you move your head to look at the screen, then you're not looking at the road. Your peripheral vision isn't on the road, if you like. So I think if it was there, I could look at it without actually moving my head. Yeah, it'd be much safer. A lot safer there, like that. I think that's the best place for it. It's definitely the safest place for it. So yeah, I can reach it easy enough, do whatever. And I do believe, hopefully, I'd imagine Becky could reach it as well. Yep, right, okay, that's where it's going to go. I'll sort the wiring out in a minute. Let's see if we can get this out of here. I seem to remember putting it in quite well. Simply bend these lugs back down like that. Oh, got it. I'm hoping this will fit straight inside this. It should do, because it's what it's made for. He says, maybe too much confidence. I hope it fits. If it does, it's a tight fit, which I guess isn't a bad thing. God, blimey, it's in. I've got it. Oh no, I can see what's wrong. Just needs a little bit of gentle persuasion. Put a glove on because I know how sharp these things can be. I've cut myself many a time. Right, now it does go in a little recess. I'm hoping that doesn't affect the head unit going in. Let's push these in and we'll find out. The thing is with this, if somebody did want to nick this, it'd be really easy for them to nick. That's the only problem, I think. But if it happens, right? At least I won't damage the van getting it out. But, I guess there's no going back now. Let's see if this fits. It should do. It should, he says. Wind that wire out of the way. There we go. That's in. That was easy enough, wasn't it? And then that can go in the middle there. This isn't going to be as easy as I thought it would be. That's for sure. Right. Oh, excuse my bottom. What's that? What is that? Oh, that's the camera up there. Oh, that's the reversing camera. The cable for the reversing camera isn't going to be long enough. Oh, bugger. So I'm going to lose my reversing camera if I do this. Oh no, the reversing camera. Oh, it's not going to work. It simply isn't going to work. What a ball ache. So this system is also a reversing camera and it's also got a front facing camera as well, and I use it as a dash cam, so it records my journey all the time. That's a great thing about this. That's why I wanted it, because it's multifunctional. It's a stereo, it's a dash cam, it's a reversing camera, and it's a sat nav, yeah, a navigation system as well. And it turns out the dash cam cable, the back of the reversing camera, goes up through the roof all the way to the end of the van. And remember, this van is 7.5 meters long, and this is as much cable as I've got left, and that plugs into the stereo. And there's no way that is going to go down to there. So unless I can find an extension lead for my dash cam, this isn't going to go on the dash, as it were. It's going to have to stay up here, which means I can't use it for navigation. It's as simple as that. I can still use it as a stereo, still use it for a reversing camera, but the main purpose of this is a dash cam. So it's going to have to go back up here. What a ball ache. It's not going to work. Well, I've decided I'm going to scrap the idea of moving this stereo down onto the dashboard. I just simply don't think it's going to work. So it's all going to go back up here now. I just need to put everything back where it came from and just accept the fact I'm not going to be able to use this as a navigation system. It's perfectly fine to use it as a stereo and to use it as a reversing camera, a dash cam. All them functions are going to work perfectly fine. Just can't use it for navigation. It's just too dangerous. So I'll just have to stick to using my phone or my TomTom. Right, where did I do that screwdriver? Oh, that's not good. This is, I've bent that out of shape now. Right, it's only a pair of pliers. Why on earth did I ever think that taking all this out would be a good idea? They are just so flimsy, these cables. It worries me that they're going to break, some of them. The little aerials, like and connectors, it's just, they're so fragile. It doesn't bear thinking about. It really doesn't. That's it. Just got to get it in. Slots. That's it. Go in there, Richard. That's it. Should slot in. It's not going to lock into place. Please lock in. Well, it's all come out every time I go around a bloody corner. Doesn't seem very good to me. I think I need to bend those in slightly. Oh, too much. I really don't know if this is... That's it. What a ball ache. Okay, lessons learnt. Sometimes the first choice is the right choice. There you go. That's going to have to just stay there. Hopefully it still works. Where's my keys? Yes. It's a miracle. Does it work though? Network error. Yeah, well, it's because it's not connected to my phone. There we go. So that's the front camera. That's the sat nav. There's the rear camera. That's the one we want. Get rid of that. There we go. The reversing camera works. That's the main thing. The world's most expensive reversing camera right there. I don't like the way it stands out so much, but it's got to stick out this much because it's got USB slots in the side. It's got a slot this side for a SIM card so we can connect it to the internet. But there we are. It's going to just have to stay up there. So like I say, sometimes the first choice is definitely the best choice. So there you go. Hopefully you found this video mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching this bit of a mix-up of a video. Ta-da for now. Gutted. Absolutely gutted.